Okay, welcome back. Let's get into the bracket. As you can see, I'm back on webcam. Oh, sorry guys.
What?
And hello Nick, we are going to get
Hello.
this draft underway.
The what? So, for those of you who can't see the draft up just yet, the first ban out was a Tyrande by Inside Games. The second ban being Abatha by Makziboys.
Yeah,
and Inside Games insta-locked a Lost Vikings. Makziboys picked Tasta first. Obviously, the Tyrande's taken out, not wanting to risk Inside Games getting that. And Inside Games insta-locked that Lost Vikings, followed by the Uther. It was. I'm hoping that's a correct pick. How quickly it was locked.
Yeah, I mean, this basically means Inside Games they have a strategy for this map. This is what I feel. I feel like they're like, okay, we're not going to play Infernal Shrines again this tournament. This is like, so they're like, they're probably thinking, okay, great, we've got Infernal Shrines, let's do it. I don't know how good Makziboys are on this. I think again, this is a team with a bunch of players who I have seen before. So they're not bad by any means whatsoever, because obviously everybody who I've ever seen is great. But you know what I mean. Like they are players who I know and I think are actually pretty decent. But Inside Games, they feel confident. This, for me, feels like they're just going to go, okay, great. Let's all in 4-man every single shrine because we can soak every lane. And that's quite scary for Makziboys to come up against, I think. However, I'm really liking their composition at the moment. Tassadar, Kael'thas, Kerrigan. Tassadar's really helps out the Kerrigan there. And Inside Games, they're going to have to try and draft around. Dealing with a Kerrigan is going to be tricky, I feel. I mean, they don't have the Uther, but I would definitely imagine either Malfurion or Karazhan to come out, and she's going to be hard to kill and control even.
Yeah, Kerrigan, obviously, as we said, that big melee assassin that's being played at the moment. Mostly, a lot of the time in Abatha comps, but Makziboys did take that Abatha off the table. Maybe seeing Inside Games last game with it and opting, you know what, let's not give them that. Sonya is still up, as is Muradin. So Inside Games could be looking at picking up the Sonya and the Muradin. They will get a double pick off the back of this second ban.
Yeah, I mean, Brightwing being banned out makes sense for me. Makziboys, Inside Games know that Brightwing is good with melee brawlers, and Kerrigan being obviously one of those, it's going to be good to ban out that Brightwing, and especially since the extra kind of healing that a Brightwing could lack would be coming out from the Tassadar. So that's pretty scary. And no Tyrael yet. I feel like Inside Games just like immediately pick up Muradin Tyrael.
Yeah, Muradin Tyrael would be a very strong pickup here.
Even Sonya Muradin. Tyrael would be great with the Sanctification, but Sonya will do so much work. And yes, we are then looking at a massive amount of melees. And not too much kind of damage, but the sustain that composition would have would be quite scary.
I feel that you need to pick the Tyrael up here, if only to deny it from Makziboys. If Kerrigan, already having those Tassadar heals, gets the Tyrael heals and shields, the Tyrael shields and Sanctification as well, that could be a major problem that Inside Games just have no way to crack.
Yeah, and Tyrael would work really well for both teams. I do feel like Sonya Muradin is going to be the pickup here, as we do see that Sonya locked in. Makziboys? No, they're going to pick up Tyrael. So Sanctification most likely going to be the heroic we see here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work reasonably well for Inside Games, but it works well as a denial pick for Makziboys. You can't let Makziboys have that Tyrael on top of what they've already got, and they straight away pick up the ETC and the Karazim. So Makziboys comp looking very strong here for a 5-stack fight.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I'm just going to quickly make the lobby, so if you want to keep going with the draft, then that would be great.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what Inside Games are going to pick up here. They do have the Uther, so if they did want to run a single support, they could just pick up a mage or a ranged assassin of some kind here, which they do. They have opted for the Reyna, so a single support, double warrior, with a Reyna and a Vikings there for Inside Games. Makziboys running that double support, the Karazim and the Tassadar. the ETC, and then the Karrigan and Kale are going to bring the pain. So a very, very terrifying comp here for Makziboys. We'll see what they can do with it on Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines, definitely an interesting map to be playing this. The Punishers getting involved in team fights can be a good game swinger, to say the least. Inside games may not necessarily have a lot of straight up grunt brute force there. They've got a lot of sustained damage that they can put down over time, but not a lot of upfront burst. A Punisher could bring that for them if they can win the fight and pick up the shrine.
Yeah, now inside games, because they have, Uther is a great healer, and he's going to have Divine Shield on that Sonya. It's going to be scary. But Tyrael with the additional shields, obviously Sonya with her sustain, and Reyna with his Adrenaline Rush. That's a hard team to kill. I'm completely ignoring Vikings here, as for me, right now, until it kind of gets to the later game, their goal is just going to be soak every lane, all in on every single shrine that comes up.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what they're going to do there.
Which is why they've gone for such a heavy sustain build, as well as one. It doesn't necessarily have the most amount of AoE damage to clear up those minions that spawn, but it is going to be hard to move out of that area. Meanwhile, Makziboys also with a very strong composition. I mean, Tassadar plus Karazim is kind of a dream for a Kerrigan to be with, and I mean, Kael'thas damage on the back of that, plus the ETC stuns and disruption. It's worrying. There are only 2 ranged assassins who come with a stun in their basic setup without talent, and that is Kael'thas, and I forget the other one off the top of my head, but yeah, this a lot of stuns, a lot of kind of disruption coming out from Makziboys here.
Mugi and Mick need to be changed over with Keswick and Thray, and I think we're good to go.
Yeah. Mugi with Thray. Is that all good?
Are we good to go?
Just making sure. Is that all good? Awesome. So we're going to get into this now and bring up the bracket again. Hello. And throw us into the tournament scene and get this ready as quickly as possible. We're going to have a cool demonic Tyrael coming out on my screen.
Nice purple demonic Tyrael. I can see that too. So we must be looking at the same team. I believe this would be Inside Games. Since
with their Lost Viking pick
last time.
Master Skin Tyrande. Nothing special on the.
Tyrande can't be played. She was banned.
Oh yes. So Uther being picked up there by Hideouts. Now 10 out of 10 players are ready, so we're going to start the game straight away and get into this as quick as possible. This is a round 2, as you guys can see, round 2 game between Inside Games and Makziboys. I believe Makziboys should be the team on the left, or no, I have messed it up. Inside Games, in fact, the team on the left. I'm going to swap that round. Boom. Yeah. Done.
Inside Games on the blue side here, Makziboys on the red side. So Infernal Shrines, as I said at the start of this, one of my favourite maps here. You need to activate the shrines so they won't just automatically spawn. You have to walk up and pop them. That will start the Guardian spawning. You need to kill 40 Guardians in order to summon the Punisher. 3 different Punishers: the Mortar Punisher, the Frozen Punisher, and the Arcane Punisher. And they all come with abilities. If you're familiar with Diablo, these abilities will be very familiar to you. And they like to fight with heroes rather than with structures. These guys like to punch a hero in the face.
So right now, I'm going to introduce the blue team of Inside Games with currently, 7 heroes on their team. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to have Dereneko on that Reyna doing a nice little dance there. Hydak's going to be playing the Uther. Thray on that Sonya. Keswick's the team captain, on that Tyrael doing a nice spin there. And Zargonus is going to be playing those Lost Vikings up in all 3 lanes.
And over on the red team, Mugilol is playing Kael'thas. Toxic Al is playing Kerrigan. ETC is being rocked by the Maximus. Miskosh is on his Karazim. And Nick is on the Tassadar. And they're all going to play in the mid lane.
The 5-man body block coming out here.
I've not seen Go on.
I was going to say, just to push the creep wave slightly in their favour. It's not a huge amount, but it's just enough so that they have a position of advantage, can clean up this wave, and then split off into their lanes. It means that obviously Kexix, who's currently in this mid lane, is going to have to defend against this. Is going to take some tower ammo, and yeah, that's going to be that. As they split up into the lanes, potentially go to look for a gank up on this top lane on Threon and Sonya. Losing out on very little experience in doing this, although that bottom lane lost one creep, I suppose. Not too bad as Nick goes down there and starts to soak.
Yeah, just going to wait in the smoke here for Zargonis or Thray, both of which are playing very, very safe at the moment.
Oh, and Thray moving into the lane there. We're going to have Toxical jumping in on that. No combo used there out yet from the Kerrigan. We're probably going to get the Gravity Axe can't fast, but no, there goes the Kerrigan combo, and that is an absolutely dead Sonya. Very, very patient play there by Toxical on that Kerrigan, waiting for the Sonya to line herself up quite happily, and even if she didn't, Moogie Lol would have been able to put the Gravity Lapse to set up the Kerrigan combo anyway. So first blood for Makziboys.
Yeah, we are going to see a mid shrine here, which
I don't know if it necessarily favours
either team, really.
But it is going to be an Arcane Punisher as the first one that comes up. So whoever gets this, whilst it's an early game Punisher, so it's not kind of the best timing, it is considered the strongest as it does the most amount of consistent push and hero damage from that. So both teams doing what they can, but most, in fact, all of the Guardian kills so far going the way of Makziboys as we get some big shields coming out on the Kerrigan, her own shields plus the Tassadar shields.
So the Vikings doing as you'd expect, soaking each lane there. Tyrael is, however, going to go down and blow up a few Guardians with his passive there.
Yeah, the Kerrigan combo just got landed, plus the ETC stun, and then the Gravity Lapse. Nothing he could do, no way to throw and go, and that's going to be that. As the Chaos putting down the empowered flame strikes in order to make sure that he gets those kills, but Reyna going to get jumped on. Oh, such a strong combination coming out here from Maximus.
Yeah, that Maximus have that CC train, and there's not much you're going to be able to do to stop it. It feels like the Rogues in old days of WoW.
With three kills, you kind of expect them to be a little bit further ahead, but the experience advantage was for a brief moment until those creep waves got cleared up in the side. So in the court.
Kexix able to survive there this time. The combo not popping him, but the Arcane Punisher's just being allowed to wail on that gate and going to take that gate down quite happy. He could dive in and try and finish Kexix off, but sorry, Arcane Punisher, you're not strong enough today.
Yeah, and as you can see, those Arcane Enchanted Beams doing a lot of damage just kind of to everyone and everything, as that gate was taken mid, and we're going to have all the Vikings still soaking those lanes. Argonis keeping a close eye on his Olaf, and the others at the moment having a Hearthstone with his Eric up in the top lane, so he's taking some damage.
Belneth going a bit crazy there, telling me that both red team and blue team had Punishers up at the same time.
Yeah, we've been having a bit of an error with that. I heard it a lot with this kind of thing. But the Siege camp being contested down bottom. Oh, a great combo landing on Thray on that Sonya again. Going to get caught out and die yet again. The Kerrigan just doing so much work here. And I'm actually just going to quickly see how much damage she's done. A crazy high amount at this point. I know it's early in the game and it's not really that valid, but still showing how much work she's doing there.
Yeah, very, very strong early Kerrigan here. And the problem is she doesn't fall off for quite a while. She's going to keep on putting that damage down. And
she's only going to get harder and harder to kill. In fact, the Tassadar has picked up Leeching Plasma and Karla's Embrace. So perma shields at half the potency, as well as shields that give life back to life per second back to the person that's casted on. So hard to kill her in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, and then her own shield coming on top of that. Be good to see. So the next Punisher is going to be up in the top lane there.
And I believe it will be a Mortar Punisher, but it might not be. We've yet to see the crystal. I'm guessing Mortar. That's where my
I guess I'll go. Oh, it's a Mortar. I just saw the crystal spawn as I was about to say I'll go with ice for you, but about out of position there and just going to get picked up. Gravity Lapse onto Kexix. Could put down a little bit of damage, but nothing that's going to be able to clean this up. But that does mean that Inside Games are down a member before this second.
Not just
time
any
here.
member, their support as well, so they can't even sustain very well in this fight. And we spoke about how good their composition was at sustaining. It doesn't matter if you can't get out from being surrounded by a Kerrigan and an ETC. It's a scary place to be. I mean, we didn't even mention how much sustain that Makziboys has, because obviously ETC has his self heals, Kerrigan's got the self shields, Tassadar provides shields for everybody. Kael'thas and kind of Karazin, the only people who struggle a bit with sustain for poke damage, unless Karazin can right click on things.
Heroics here coming out for Makziboys, surprised by the 7-sided strike on Misosh. Did think that he was actually going to get a Divine Palm here, but with their early lead, maybe he feels that's not actually needed. And
yeah, I feel like the extra damage would be absolutely fine. We might see it coming out here, landing on the tier of the Force, doing a lot of work in here. But the level 10
coming up instantly there.
Yeah, level 10 come out just at the right time for Inside Games. However, Sanctification and Divine Shield were both used there by the Lutheran tier, so kind of an overlap on the immunities. Not really sure how it's going. The Hyperion coming down, not really doing all that much work, not swaying them, and they're probably going to end up losing this top fort. Kexix baiting out the Punisher there, but being able to throw and go his way out to safety.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice, easy fort there, picked up for Makziboys. And the Punisher's probably going to push on. They'll back off, see if they can pick anything else up on the map. No mercs up at the moment on their side. They are going to have to look for those neutral siege camp or try and take Inside Games siege camp. Quite happy to do that, as they can see they're all top, just downing that Punisher.
I mean, they roamed to potentially get a couple pickoffs on the Vikings. However, the Vikings do really, really well to soak and kind of mitigate the experienced lead that is kind of pushing the way of Makziboys.
Yeah, it looks like Tastar's got a DC here, so we're going to have a little bit of a pause again. And Nick died. I'm still here, guys. Still here. Wait, oh, you mean... Okay.
Nick with a C. You're
I know.
I know you're pandering to it, but still, it's a... very, very strong performance out from Makziboys so far. Their team captain is, in fact, as far as I'm aware, Mughilol, not Maximus, as the name Makziboys would suggest. Although he is rocking out on that ETC, that giant elite Tauren chieftain there. Having a lot of fun.
Through some of the stats while we got this. I can look at their APMs.
Yeah, APMs so far. I mean, Lost Vikings, understandably, most on Inside Games, but Kerrigan doing a lot of work herself. And this puts Sonya rocking 504 at this moment.
This exact time.
She's immediately doing all of the actions. That's close to 10 a second. I mean, hell, in StarCraft 2, back when I used to play it a lot, I tried to see how consistently high I could get my APM and still win a game. So back in Diamond League, I did achieve an average APM of 702. And that was just
right-clicking everything.
It was constant spamming of about 19 different hotkeys, including screen captures. It was absolutely hectic, and I'm so surprised I won that game. Because I had no idea what was going on most of it. So yeah. Back from reminiscing about good old days. Force Wall from Tassadar. I mean, it's what we've come to expect these days, but it's still. I still absolutely love to sit Picton. I mean, if you told me anywhere from a year ago to up to like 2-3 months ago that best picks in the meta these days would be Tyrande, Shadowstalk, Tassadar, Force Wall, and Tyrael Sanctification, I would have slapped you and called you an idiot. Because, I mean, I want that meta, and the fact that we have it these days is, it makes me so happy. Yeah, it's
good to see these abilities. I mean, they were really strong on paper, but actually just didn't have the application in game. And with the recent changes, and it's very, very, very slight buffs. It wasn't like they were hugely buffed.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you remember on Reddit when the Tassadar changes were announced, everyone was like, "Oh, rip Tassadar, he's terrible now." But he's become probably I mean, I know considered by many of the North American teams the strongest hero in the game, just flat out. And he's favoured a lot as such a strong off support. He still does decent damage, but it's no longer about who does the most damage. It's what does he bring to a team, and that's a really, really good spot for Heroes of the Storm to be in on Blizzard's side. It's no longer, okay, Kael'thas does the most damage, Jaina does the most damage, boom, boom, we'll just throw them out. They are absolutely top. They are still good characters, don't get me wrong, but Tassadar was picked because Archon did damage, and you'd make Archon compositions with Bloodlust out from Rhaegar way back in the day, as well as just the consistent damage that he could bring, and that small amount of off-healing for, say, Illidan compositions, things like that. But now he is this kind of this powerhouse in terms of healing as well as the chunk of damage you can do. Yeah, I'm losing a bit of sound here. My headphones appear to be breaking, but no. Can you say something and I can test it out?
Yeah, I can say anything and everything while we wait for this pause. I can just have a little chat to myself. I could talk about Tassadar, I guess, because we were talking about Tassadar there. And yeah, I don't know. The Force Wall is an interesting one, and we saw it use great effect there in the top lane, able to block out the ability to go through that gate. If you've got a map that has any choke points, which every map in the game has certain choke points, it can be very strong to use there. Sanctification, 0.5 second channel time for 3 seconds of invulnerability is ridiculous. It's just we never used to see the 5 stacks that we do see now. Fights were a lot more spread out, fights were a lot more picky, and we're seeing a lot more 5-man brawls now. So that's
and a lot more kind of focus on melee heroes. So heroes who have to get up in the face, and with Tyrael, the fact that he can be anywhere he needs to with Elduin's Might, he throw and go to wherever he needs to be, then throw on the Sanctification in the middle of an enemy team where all of your kind of melee heroes are, can do so much work. And I mean, in the pro scene, I really feel like Tyrael Artanis, both kind of off warriors, is going to be crazy. Throw Tyrael Artanis, Sonya in a team, and then have Jaina Uther, Jaina Karazhan, that sort of thing. Jaina specifically for Ice Block is the only reason I bring it up. But you have those 3-4 strong melee heroes who aren't necessarily the best solo tanks, but with, immunity and able to do what they want, and that's going to be scary to see. So I'm going to very, very quickly be right back. So keep it going, Nick, and I will keep an eye on the stream. Apologies for this, I will be literally moments.
Well, he's running away, so we can talk about anything we want. In the game, it is going to be talking about tacos and paella. And do you like borscht? I do love the Overwatch, so for those of you who are not in the Overwatch club, you can join me soon. Blizzard are putting a second wave out, and you can join me in the Overwatch beta club. Hydrax, I'm sorry, you can't join me yet. I'm going to have to talk to myself, aren't I? Someone in chat
it's fine. It's fine, I am back.
Overwhelming.
I was in fact just literally starving. I was wasting away. I could feel myself getting thinner. So
Did you forget to eat dinner again?
No, I just didn't have a very big one. So I've got leftover pizza, which I'm happily numbing into.
Okay.
A mighty meaty from Domino's.
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of people had Domino's today.
Had it yesterday for 2 for Tuesday.
Okay.
But for some reason, I don't know, wasn't myself, was possessed by a demon. So I didn't finish an entire large pizza to myself, which I would normally do. No idea why, so I have spare pizza now, which is, good for me. So right now, apologies for the long pause.
Does look as though Nick is having some trouble getting back into the game.
Yeah, so we will just obviously wait for him to go. But in the meantime, did somebody say giveaway?
Dun, dun, dun.
I have just said giveaway, which basically means I'm going to not be giving away the Kaijo Diablo
okay.
thing yet, but I will be giving out other things. I have Heroes, a Ronin Zeratul skin, as well as a bunch of Steam games to give away. So if you want to kind of just shout giveaway in the chat, make sure you're active. Just say the word giveaway in the chat. You're not qualified, Nick. Before you type it, you don't qualify.
I don't have those skins.
If you want to say giveaway in the chat, I will randomly choose my favourite name. No, I'm kidding. I'll completely randomly choose who it will be, and contact them after the tournament with a message on Twitch, or potentially just message them the winner now with my battle tag, and that can be sorted after the tournament. So everybody say giveaway. There is a delay, so I'm just waiting for that to come up. Giveaway. Everyone say it to be a part. And for those who come up, if only one person says it, that person gets the prize. And I will kind of choose the prize randomly. It's kind of a spontaneous one, so you won't get to choose whether or not you get like Saints Row 4, for example, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. This pizza's good though.
I'm very jealous of your pizza. I could go to the freezer and get out some ice cream, but I'm not sure I'll be able to cast while eating ice cream.
I have 2 tubs of Ben & Jerry's. I'm so excited.
I also have 2 tubs of Ben & Jerry's.
We're so fat.
What is your favourite Ben & Jerry's flavour, Stefan?
Well, I would say it's a tough choice, but I'm a giant fat mess, so, cookie dough.
Okay. Cookie dough's not too bad.
But I do really like double whammy, which is a mixture between cookie dough and
nice.
And the chocolatey brownie one with
it's got core in it.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice, pretty good. My personal favourite is fish food.
Good choice, yeah, solid.
I'm a favourite of fish food there. If there's fish food in the house, it doesn't last very long.
I've actually had my ice cream in the freezer for about a week now, and I have no idea what's wrong with me. I've just not eaten it. Maybe I've been too tired from work. That's what I'm going to blame. Okay. I'm just going to give a few moments more. Want to buy a count. Great. Just a few moments more for the giveaway to go. And obviously you guys will be getting this catch up very momentarily. So I'm going to do the giveaway now. And it is between, right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So not a huge selection, but let's see who will win. And I will just simply take it in the order in which you said it. So we are going numbers 1 to 7. Randomnumbergenerator.org, please. Oh, I can confirm. It was number 3, which means Derenako. Congratulations, buddy. You do win the first giveaway. Bit spontaneous one. It's going to be, half I just give it to you, half you kind of say if you've already got it or not. So, I will make sure I send you my battle tag right now. And this can be done after the tournament over. So, if after I finish streaming, you can give me a shout out on Battle.net, and I will sort out your prize for you. So congratulations, Derenako. That's it. There is my battle tag. He might have just received that before the stream catches up and has the winner, so he'll be like, oh, "It's me." So there we go. And this pause is still going out, so again, apologies for this. No idea why it's taking so long. Might have to, I mean, if both teams are willing to keep waiting, I'm willing to keep waiting. However, if, because this tournament, should get wrapped up, hopefully tonight, then we may have to continue and be without Nick for a short time, and I hope that won't be the case, though.
Hopefully not. We should play a game of Overwatch while we wait.
We should. Stream that real quick. Alright guys, be right back playing Overwatch.
Do you actually have Overwatch?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
You do? Oh, yes, we should. We definitely should get some Overwatch in then. Who's your favourite hero to play so far?
Dude, I main support Mercy.
Oh, I'm a Zenyatta player.
Just cover me in Mercy.
No, Zenyatta is so good. What?
I've not had a chance to play that many games though. I basically saw Mercy and was like,
my girlfriend's just come along and been like, because we were talking about Overwatch, indicating she'd like to play because she's also in the Overwatch beta, and it's like we're casting, we're not actually playing Overwatch.
Just like punch you in the back of the head.
Just as like a sad face because she wants to play some Overwatch.
Bless her little cotton socks. I'm assuming she's wearing cotton socks and is not just behind you naked.
No, she's not naked. She thought the webcam was still on, so she's hiding under the sun.
We've got hashtag rigged coming out from the chat here because he is one of the players in the game. Who was one?
We could give him the game, and then he could he could log off and go play the game, and would that equal the teams? Darren Echo on the other team to Nick. Yeah, yes, he is. There we go. We could have a 4v4 instead. Trading a Reyna for a Tassadar sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But we are... Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, Miss Codge. I'm going to give Nick like 3 more minutes.
So you're a fan of Mercy right now?
Yeah.
Do you play any other positions when you need to, or do you just always find that support's open?
I generally find support's open. Nobody plays support.
Yeah, that's pretty true. It's pretty true. I've been enjoying Zenyatta. The range on his orbs is amazing. The heals and the so Discord is pretty cool. And when you get a coordinated team, Transcendence just allows you to push objectives so very well.
I like when you get a coordinated team with Mercy and you just, revive. You throw everybody in, hide behind a corner and revive everybody. And it's like, oh shit, well, we're going to have to fight the entire team again and we're down most of our players. When
you get teams who have an idea of what they're doing, using Winstons to push choke points and then changing out after it and things like that, it's a really good feeling.
Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, I have not been able to play much because I've been completely swamped with work. And in fact, tomorrow and Friday are my days off, so I'll be streaming Heroes of the Storm on my channel for the most part. But if I get a chance to play Overwatch, I will. It's just I need to power out.
I mean, the games only last 5-10 minutes, so it's pretty good to be able to start.
I just need to power out my Heroes of the Storm. I feel I've been lacking. Overwatch will come. I mean, it'll sit there quite happily, and I'll play it when I get to it.
Been enjoying a bit of Tracer as well. I do find Tracer is my assassin of choice.
The only thing I dislike about her is that accent, and I feel it's almost Dick Van Dyke insulting.
He's obviously an American pretending to be British.
And if it is a British person, you're a terrible person and leave our country.
I'm going to go have a look who this is now. Who voices Tracer in Overwatch?
I'm going to grab one more slice of pizza and quickly... Actually, no, I'm not. Because it's down to 1 minute left and then we'll have to start the game. I stuffed my face.
You did indeed stuff your face, I can hear.
Oh, so good. Okay, that's it. I'm afraid we're going to have to start. So, unfortunately, if Nick has not been able to rejoin, we are going to have to play without him. So, it looks like everybody's ready. I kind of say, fortunately for Team Makziboys, they're winning at this point. I think it's comfortable to say. So hopefully it won't be too bad, as Nick is in fact a bot and is going to get pinged out here to follow quite probably Miss Codge there on that carries and yes he is.
Yeah. The bot, we'll see how the bot skills from now on. It might not be what they're after.
Yeah, normally at level kind of 13 and 16, you'll see talents coming out for Dimensional Shift. He's going to be pinged out, most likely by Toxical here, and move down to the bottom lane in order to support out the Kerrigan. No, he is following the Kayle Pass. So, hopefully this works out for them, and just apologies, but we are going to have to continue this tournament if we want to see a resolution tonight, and I just hope Nick can, in fact, rejoin as soon as possible. But in the meantime,
if they win with a bot, it could be quite a win.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we just beat you. We beat you with a bot.
We can colour Makziboys my favourite if they win with this Tassadar bot. I think it would be a first for our tournament. We have had a one of the first eSports World tournaments that I cast for here. I don't even think you were a caster at that time. We did have a team member disconnect on Blackheart's Bay about 4 minutes in and not be able to reconnect for the entire game. So that was unfortunate. A long time ago, one of the very first, like number 1 or 2. And I think technically we are on. Kick6, almost getting caught up there. Good dodge off the stun over there, the impaling blades. Yeah, I think technically we're on eSports World Tournament like 14, 15, but
yeah,
we together, since you started casting and the new format has come in from us, I believe we are on number 9.
So tomorrow next week is week 10.
Woo! Yes. So, yeah. This next shrine, despite having a bot, able to pick up effectively this Frozen Punisher with absolutely no contestation here.
Yeah, just straight picking that up.
I mean, fearing the bot. Inside games, playing safe, I think, more so than fearing the bot. The Tassadar, an integral character with his Force Walls, don't get me wrong. However, it's really the Kerrigan who is the playmaker at this stage in the game.
Definitely going to be relying on Kerrigan landing those combos, just being able to destroy people. So Maximus is having a little bit of a scrap here with the Vikings. Nice roots on them there. Toxical's going to jump over. We're going to see one Viking go down. Will we see the second? The second's going to pop. And but they do pick up the Frozen Punisher for it without really doing very much damage for a third Punisher. That was pretty lackluster for it, really.
Pushed in the wall a bit, and did some decent damage, but they're not going to end up getting that fort. Karazim just continues to soak bottom, trying to mitigate the experience that the Vikings will be gaining. They're doing a really good job so far, as they are obviously 5.5 kills up, but for the most part, it's the fact that they are just the 5 standard kills up, and that's as well as having taken a fort, and that really is where their experienced lead is coming from. The Vikings have just done so well to kind of mitigate that, and if I bring up the experience total, we can actually see, the Vikings are close to 18,000, and the second place on their team is less than 3.5.
Yeah, so, Vikings absorbing all the XP.
Really, the only reason at this point that the inside games are still in this game. Doing so well here. So, not really seen a big mosh pit come out yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen a big mosh pit land yet.
Have we seen a mosh pit come out at all this game?
I think there has been at least one attempt to one. I'm sure I've seen it on cooldown at some point a little bit earlier. Yeah,
as we do get this 5-man push happening on the bottom lane. They're just content with roaming as 5, kind of they have to with the Tassadar bot, and gonna be taking down this bottom fort if they can with this new creep wave coming in. In fact, the shrine is going to spawn right at the top, so almost a bad position here for Makziboys come out here with this shrine spawning, as the Lost Vikings may be able to start that soon, but it's still spawning in. 10 seconds left. Most likely going to be an Arcane Punisher here, as we have had the cycle of Arcane, Mortar, then Frozen. I believe it sticks to whatever cycle it starts at. And a massive 7-sided strike coming in from the Karazim. Yeah, Reyna just able to stay alive with his Give Me More at level 1. Really doing work there to keep him up. And
there is an Arcane Punisher up there waiting for them, and the Makziboys are going to go and try and claim that as their own.
Yeah, even though they are the 7-sided strike down and didn't get a kill, they're in a really, really good spot. And it is going to be an Arcane Punisher. That was the first one, sorry, not Mortar. Toxical on that Kerrigan, just some crazy amount of shields with what we generally see as the the talents coming out from Kerrigan these days. Into Ravage at the start, battle momentum, and then all in on those shields. We even see some shield talents taken at level 7 occasionally, but the lingering shield, so it lasts 20 seconds, and couple that with the double the amount of shields, so strong.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a 4th Punisher in a row for... Is 4th or 3rd? Yeah, 4th Punisher in a row for...
However,
Makziboys.
Inside Games have now picked up that experience lead for the first time here in the game. Those Vikings finally paying off for them.
Yeah, they do actually finally pick up that fort. That fort in the mid lane, so that's that really pulling them back into this. They're about half a level ahead.
They're looking like they're going to push the bot fort as well, while this Punisher is pushing in top.
Yeah, and a really, really good defense here. Dereneko with that Rainer baiting out the Punisher to jump over the wall. It is Arcane on though, so actually taking a huge amount of damage for Arcane Enchanted Beams. But able to not be hit by the Kerrigan Sun. Going to get picked out by the ETC here though. 7-side strike coming down. No sanctification used yet, but the Divine Shield was put onto the team captain of Kexis on that tier there, and he's able to get out safely. However, this keep's going to fall. And I think that's actually pretty okay for both teams. I mean, Inside Games didn't lose a hero, but they did lose the keep, which is exactly the objective that Makziboys wanted.
Well, they were able to pick up the port down in the bottom there.
Yeah, so maintaining their half-level lead.
And they look like the Vikings are going to try and pick up the siege camp if they can. They actually no, they look like they're going to go and set up for a little party brush over here.
Yes,
so
we have engagement happening.
And then a grab with the Ancient Spear. You're going to see Sonya going in there and spinning around. The Phoenix is going to get dropped down, going to put out a lot of damage with that chain bomb. Sonya does fall in the back end though. The Viking ship is up, going to be throwing its bombs down. And Uther's going to go down for inside as well.
Yeah, it was really just a 3-man mosh pit coming out there from the ETC. He managed to land it on the Uther, Sonya, and Tyrael. So no healing, no immunity, and no sanctification. More importantly, was used there at all. I think when you see an ETC slide into your back ranks, drop the sanctification because you know he's going to be trying to get a mosh pit down, and either he delays the mosh pit and you're able to potentially pick him up, or
Maxi are going to go for the quick end here and going to go straight onto this core. They have got 3 down, and it's just the Vikings and Reyna that are going to be able to defend. So they're going to see if they can push the core with all 5 members of their guys up here.
It's falling really fast, 40%.
Quite a bit of damage, and the bot's going to run away here, but it looks like the core's going to go down. GG, Makziboys take the win despite being a player down.
Yeah, so the early advantage that they were able to have with obviously Nick still being in their team, really, really kind of showing that they were able to maintain that lead and push forward, and took that very expertly. I think a bit too passive of play out from Inside Games. But
yeah, there were a few points where they could have been taken advantage of that botted player and actually picked up Nick as he was lingering in the back of fights, but they didn't choose to take those. And maybe that was to their deficit there. An 8-0 game, a complete clean sweep, a bloodless, no damage being taken back there for Makziboys.